Thank you, Abdul. Thank you, Saurabh, for joining me in this discussion. And aptly titled, What We Require in This Day and Age, and What We Cannot Avoid is Change. And yes, catalysts for change are something that everybody needs on the transformation journey that organizations are on. And Abdul, on his last slide, mentioned that he's inviting everybody to the booth to tap into 16 years of experience and bringing about that change. So through this conversation, let's tap into that change and understand how exactly partnerships can fuel the change and act as catalysts for each one of us, each one of our organizations. All right, I'm excited to begin this conversation, and we'll do so with my first question. So, Saurabh, let's start with you. How does Google Cloud's technical innovation enable businesses to solve increasingly complex business challenges that they face in today's day and age?
Thank you. Thanks, Kanchi, and thank you for the question as well. So I think in today's world, what is important is what is the impact which we are creating as transformation leaders when it comes to new age technologies, how we cater to our end customers. We all are at the end of the day running businesses, whether we are in retail, whether we are in hospitality, whether we are doing logistics, or we are into health tech, or we are into banking, right? At the end of the day, we are solving problems for our end customers. Now, what Google Cloud promises as a cloud service provider is one step ahead from the basic compute storage database networking with any other cloud service provider provides in today's age. We talk about solutions. And when it comes to solutions, the most important aspect of go-to-market is what are the accelerators which are coming to the ground. And that is where Google Cloud differentiates from the rest of the world. When it comes to data, AI, security, and even for that matter, content delivery, these are foremost important whenever you are talking about a B2C kind of an organization or a B2B businesses as well. So keeping that in mind, we've got solutions across the stack, whether it is infra, AI, whether it is cloud AI, or it is to do with data, or it is to do with any of your emerging technology related solutions. Google has to offer end-to-end. Of course, partners like Brio play a very vital role or a pivotal role in implementing all of those solutions for our customers. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you, Saurabh. And yes, I couldn't agree more that, with the evolution of needs, the solution offerings have to keep evolving. Abdul, I'm going to come to you with the next question. Along this journey of evolution, the one important key element, like Saurabh highlighted, is the partnership. So can you share how the partnership between Google and Brio has evolved over the years?
Nice question. Sorry, I could not discuss much about our partnership in their talk. It's a very interesting thing. As we complete 20 years, so we started in 2004, and I think it was the same year when Gmail got launched. And I think when we started Brio, we did not even know about Gmail, nor we envisioned we're going to be a partner with Google and do some and get an opportunity to work with some of the great companies in India. And I think it was like 2008, 2009 when Google Gmail for Business became available. Earlier it was just available for personal use. So I think that's where our partnership started. And what really and this topic is very relevant to us because it has transformed Brio. Because when we started as a company, we wanted to make some software solutions. So we had that vision like IT can help businesses, differentiate in the market. But it was not clear. We were building solutions. We were working on a lot of automations. And we started with a payroll product. And then I come from an accounting background. So obviously, SAP was a big aspiration for me. And we partnered with SAP. And we worked very hard with SAP for 2-3 years, burned a lot of time, money. And I think it was best failure which Brio had in 2008, 2009. And then we partnered with Google. We started working with Google, came across cloud, and it was an era for us, like when we used to take this Gmail, or it was called Google Apps for Business at that time, and say there's a cloud solution, there's a cloud email solution. Like first question we used to get was like, hey, what is cloud? So we were like very fortunate to see like what is cloud to wow, it is cloud. We have traveled that whole journey. And this has been an amazing journey for us. And it has been a very pivotal point for our transformation as an organization. Like if that partnership would not have come, into existence, maybe we might have been another SAP partner or another software development company, but we would not have come this far. So uh, choosing the right partners and catching the wave at the right time can really have a huge impact on what you're going to do in the days ahead. So why I'm able to tell that was one of our best failure, and it was not easy for us, like that 2008, 2009 when I go back, it was like, it was very disappointing, like your 2 years, 3 years efforts led to failure. And you need another 12, 15 years to understand, yeah, that was the best failure. If we would not have failed at that time, then we would not have been here. So, yeah.
Yeah, of course, with great failure comes great success. So that kind of resonates. And one more thing that resonates, and what I could pick up from the presentation, is that the tenets of Brio's foundation, one very important tenet, is customer-centric transformation. And real-world stories resonate the most. So I'm going to ask you to sort of tap into one of the real-world instances where, Brio could actually lead the transformation story for one of your customers. If you could probably share that.
I think partnerships really, uh, I think the topic catalyst of change, like I'll give you one example. Like there was one big jewelry company whom we were working with like 3 years back, and they were working with Accenture, Deloitte, and a lot of other companies. So this jewelry company had around like 3 lakh designs, and it was becoming a very big bottleneck for them to procure new inventory, because the whole procurement process was dependent on 7 to 8 people who know about these 3 lakh designs, what is there, what is working, what is not working. So it was a very like human intense procurement process which they wanted to come out. And at the same time, they wanted to help customers with, searching the jewelry which they want with ease and speed. And I think at that time, like Google just came up with Vision Search at that time. Vision Search is basically is useful for retail customers. Like you give an image of a product and it'll get you the similar products from your inventory. Because this was an out-of-the-box solution, we were able to showcase and complete a POC in 7 days. And we were getting very good results, and that POC led us to get a whole project where we had to build an application from the scratch running on Google Cloud, which is integrated with their order management system. So whenever a new vendor comes, they upload an image of their new inventory, and our system would say, can you purchase it or not? This is a similar designs you already have. So entire process got automated, and the whole procurement thing became very easy. It's a complete Microsoft shop, but this is the only solution that runs on Google. So there was another jewelry company with whom we were working, and we went to them. They were technically little sophisticated, and they said, we have our own customer engineers, like machine learning engineers. We will do that solution on our own. And just 1 year back, again, we gave them that same solution. So they just wasted 2 years with their own R&D, time and money, and which the other business could get in like 15 days, 20 days. So it's important, like and that is what like companies like Google and Brio can help you identify the right solutions. There's no point reinventing the wheel, where you can get started from what is there already. And there are other customers, there's a company called Automate, there's a company called Kissflow. They're into whole like workflow like automation. So now these companies, because they have data of thousands of workflows which have been developed in their systems, so they're able to come up with AI models. You just, sort of speak to the model and it can come up with a whole workflow created for you. So customers are doing some amazing work. I think like Saurabh can share more.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, so I'm going to take the next question to Saurav, but thank you for sharing all those, instances and walking us through the journey of transformation. Saurav, to you, my next question. Transformation cannot, like we've established through the conversation,
Correct.
happen without a good partner. And the partnership advantage is something that people absolutely bet on. So within the partnership between Google and Brio, what is it that Google does to empower partners, deepen their expertise, and continuously innovate?
Sure. So that's a good question, Believe. From a continuous innovation perspective and how can we make our partners successful, I think there are multiple programs which we run, and these are like workshops which are used to help reskill the workforce. See, the advantage which partners bring to the table is that they've got skills on their side, and they've also got the right talent on their side. Which, when I say talent, these are the people who go and actually get their hands dirty on the console of the end customers. So, in order to ensure they bring in the right certified architects on the ground, whether it is to do with technology, whether it is to do with infra or associated solution accelerators, I think there is a lot of focus from a GCP perspective in upskilling these partners time and again, keeping them aligned with where our vision is with respect to product roadmap, giving them early access, beta access to few of our products as well at times helps, because there's a lot of real-time feedback we get from these partners who are able to access when it comes to certain model level access also before it goes out in the market. There's a lot of tests which happens in the background. So when we work with these partners, and true partnership happens when we co-innovate. And co-innovation doesn't stop just at a partner level between a GCP partner and the cloud service provider. At times we actually work along with the customer in helping them build their product. One such example which comes to my mind, and of course Brio is our partner in this customer, is helping transform the way we move logistics. And when it comes to household shifting, I think we've all used packers and movers once in a time in our life, even if we have not moved places, but within the city also we might have moved houses, right? Now the way that industry has transformed over a period of time, and I can relate to a very interesting use case of artificial intelligence, is that has anyone used No Broker in the past?
Yes.
Okay, so you might as well know that No Broker also has packers and mover services as well. Now, a very interesting use case, and No Broker is a referenceable customer for us. There's a whole case study out there on the Google Cloud. When you Google about it, you'll get to read more about the real-time benefits which we've got to them, both in terms of infra as well as on the AI side. But the use case which I want to talk to you about is a very interesting use case. Imagine you're shifting houses, and instead of a person coming to your house and taking a stock of inventory, okay, you've got so many cupboards, and you've got so many beds, and you've got so many sofa sets, all of that, you are just doing a video shoot of that and just sending it to a No Broker. And then you get a real-time quotation of, okay, you've got so much inventory, this is the cost, this is the capacity or the volume which will be required to move, and this is the associated set of packers and movers who would be able to do that for you. That is the real-time impact of AI, which is actually live, which we've done together along with Brio in bringing that to life. So these are like real-world impact business use cases, which are helping transform the way we move houses or shift. That is just one example I thought of calling out, because it relates a lot to people like you and me.
Fantastic. Thank you, Saurabh. Abdul, I'm going to come to you with your permission. And none of the transformation actually happens without an ACE team. So I'm going to ask you to focus the next couple of minutes on that part of it. What sets your team apart in delivering the value-added services that go beyond just implementing cloud solutions to ensure that all the customers' ROIs are met and they have a measurable way of doing so. So what sets your team apart?
I think I was talking about our beliefs, and I could not talk about what we do, like as a company every day, why we go to office. Like we go to office to deliver the joy of technology. So that's what we want to see, like, how business can really see and enjoy technology. And I think the purpose for which we work with customer is to help them upgrade to the next level of technology, making it simple and accessible. So we want to really take that complexity on our shoulders and be the right guides for you in your cloud journey and digital transformation journey. Because life is all about choices, and making right choices is super important.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Well, in closing, I do have a view on the clock and I'm getting signals as well, but in closing, parting thoughts, both of you, if you have to leave the audience with one thought about the power of partnerships and transformation, what would that be?
I think the most important aspect for any partnership is the people. And I think a company which has got a legacy of delivering time and again, irrespective of the technology landscape, and has been able to catch up on innovation, are the right partners for you. And I think Google is one such company which over the last 26 years now, we have been in existence. The way we have transformed our businesses, right from collaborative experiences to cloud, to real-time analytics and today generative AI, I think choosing the right partner depends a lot on the pace of innovation that organization is working towards.
I think as I talked about like how partnerships can really transform companies, and I talked about our transformation. I think it's super important to see one of our core values is like build strong relationships. So I think strong relationships comes from trust, transparency, and really meeting that expectations. Like expectations have to be clear when we sort of get into partnerships. And I think if those things are clear and people are committed and we give them time, like, we have spent like 15 years with Google, like, and we have been like, there were times we were very patient, like really seeing like, okay, are we really working with the right partners or not? But having that trust in the other partner is also important.
Fantastic. Well, a lovely conversation, and I can actually see the camaraderie and partnership on stage as well between the two of you. So, everybody, let's give them a round of applause to partnerships and transformation, of course. Thank you, both of you, for the lovely conversation and setting the ball rolling for this particular part of it. And with that, I'll hand it back to Ivan.